I don't see it. So One Battle After Another is written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson and is being heralded as the best film of 2025. I'm going to read the Google plot description because it's the best way I can describe the film without sounding like a maniac. Bob is a washed-up revolutionary who lives in a state of stone paranoia, surviving off-grid with his spirited and self-reliant daughter, Willa. When his evil nemesis resurfaces and Willa goes missing, the former radical scrambles to find her as both father and daughter battle the consequences of their pasts. I reviewed Magnolia last year for its 25th anniversary, and if you saw that video, you will see that I am a huge fan of PTA. When he has a new film coming out, I will be there day one. Leonardo DiCaprio is great as this stoner hippie guy who is a big fighter in this rebellion taking place in the film. Benicio del Toro is great in this as well. And between this and his performance in the Phoenician Scheme from earlier this year, I am loving the roles he is taking right now. He plays Sensei Sergio, and he is a great character in the film. He has several moments where it is laugh out loud hilarious. Actually, the best stuff in the comedy aspect belongs to the interactions between Del Toro and DiCaprio. There's a gag involving DiCaprio's character needing to know the time, and it almost goes for too long, but it ends at just the right time, and it is straight up hilarious. The two who steal this movie for me, though, are easily Sean Penn and Chase Infiniti. Penn plays this despicable military colonel who is racist to the bone. He leads these raids on places without any care for anyone's safety. He is a really terrible person. This is probably the best performance I have seen from him since Dead Man Walking 30 years ago. The opening sequence with Penn and Teyana Taylor gives us perfect insight into their mentalities. She is holding him at gunpoint, and that one interaction is what drives Penn's motivations for the whole movie. I guess I should back up. DiCaprio and Teyana Taylor's characters are both part of a resistance group, and they fall in love and have a daughter. Some things happen, then we fast forward 16 years, and we then are introduced to Chase Infiniti's character, Willa, and she is perfect in this film. She's naive in just the right way with her facial expressions, but is a girl who isn't afraid to stand up to anyone who gets in her way. She has such a vibrant energy to her. She won't take shit from anyone, not even her dad. I'm trying to work around the story beats so I don't give anything away. So I'm not stating what role she plays in the story, but she learns things in the film, and she is the one with the biggest arc in my opinion. Chase Infiniti drools with charisma, and I hope people not only remember Sean Penn at the Oscars next year, but her as well. It's a great performance from this young lady. The music by Johnny Greenwood is some next level shit. There are long sections where multiple scenes are carried in transition by the music. It all flowed seamlessly and fit perfectly with the situations that were happening. If this film doesn't win Best Music or Best Sound next year at the Oscars, I don't know what the hell they're doing. There is a car chase in this picture that is unbelievable to watch. It's just a drawn out sequence that is perfect with elevating tension. It is shot with an intensity that I don't see very often in films. The movie is also paced so well. It's about 2 hours and 45 minutes long, but it didn't feel that to me. It felt more like 2 hours 10 minutes max. There's just several sections that breeze by. I obviously am recommending this movie, and it is one of the best films of the year, but I have so many nitpicks about it, and I can't just join the crowd of everyone giving this the highest rating possible. So if you don't want to hear any negativity, then I'm sorry for the next bit of the video. This is a film that is a wet dream of a cinephile, so I'm reviewing it like that. One Battle After Another is edited to perfection, has Oscar caliber performances, amazing cinematography, pristine music, and some truly amazing sections that had my jaw on the floor. But ultimately, what was this movie about? Unfortunately, I can't help but compare the themes of this film to Eddington from Ari Aster from earlier this year. And I think Eddington was more cohesive because it gave you full insight into all sides of the conflict. There is no such thing in this film. We are only shown behaviors and not enough insight. The heart and soul relationship in this film should be between father and daughter, and I did not feel either their closeness or their apprehension toward each other. There's a part midway through where the daughter's friends come to her house, and the dad freaks out because of his past as a rebel, but that is about all we are shown of their relationship. They spend almost the whole second half of the movie away from each other, so for me, it flooded out the relationship that I should have been rooting for the most in the film. Sean Penn's character has a meeting with some racists who control things from behind the scenes, and they pop up from time to time, and I don't know what their importance is to the story. I know that Penn wants to get into their club, weirdly called the Christmas Adventurers, and to show us how despicable of a human being he is. But I just felt they weren't really a part of the story. They just felt oddly attached to it. I know there's more to them before anyone tells me in the comments, but that gets into the ending, and I can't do that in this review. The first hour is supposed to be the setup, and it felt like a properly structured PTA film, with shit just happening all over the place and you get no breather. But what the first act sets up is ultimately only for giving two of our characters motivation and some backstory. The rest of it is to only show up for the sprinkles of the conflict that is going on. I have no idea why this conflict is happening, what the rebels are fighting for, and what the state of the world is. I wouldn't mind this if the film didn't spend so much time building up the cause that Dicaprio's character and his wife fight for. The themes of the film just don't come out as fully as I think PTA wants them to. But what are the themes? Is the theme about a past you run away from coming back to haunt you? Well, then let me introduce you to the film The Crying Game, which I think is a better film. Is the theme about a group of revolutionaries collapsing inward? What is this film ultimately about? I also think that the ending is way too convenient. All the characters end up in the same proximity in a way that I did not fully understand from a logistical level. There's also a sequence in an office at the end of the film. If you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. And that scene nullified what happened to that character like 10 minutes earlier, and I didn't understand the reasoning behind it. I still really like this movie, so I don't mean to bash it, but everyone is calling this the movie of 2025, and I can think of at least 4 films I prefer over it, and it's only the end of September. Maybe after a rewatch, I will think it is a way better film and be on board with calling it the best film of the year. The first time I saw Nora last year, I had problems with it, but I watched it a couple more times and it ended up being my 3rd favorite film of the year. So I don't know what will happen on rewatches, but after an initial viewing, it is a very, very good film that is not PTA's best work in my opinion. But I think everyone needs to see this movie. Even though I have a number of issues with it, I'm tempted to go see it again this weekend, so take from that what you will. I give One Battle After Another 3.5 stars out of 4. Such great casting, performances, music, and set pieces here. This movie should be remembered at Oscar time and likely will. And that is my review. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please like and subscribe. Here's links to my other videos. Follow me on social media if you like. And until next time, I am Ghost.